I'm Ginny McArthur. I'm a nutritionist, fitness trainer, and life coach. And I'm obsessed with helping women, especially women over 50, live energetic, active, and rewarding lives. Live big lives. Live maybe badass lives, a little bit badass. Maybe you said you were going to prioritize your health and get healthy in 2025, but you didn't. I can think back over the last 40 years, yes, 40 years, and remember setting a weight loss goal every single year till maybe the last 3 years when I stopped. But whether it was to be under 60 kilos, 55 kilos, usually totally unrealistic, lose 10 kilos, 20 kilos, or 30 kilos, it was always there every year on repeat. And every year I failed. And every year my brain was delighted that I'd failed because it proved me right. It knew that I couldn't do it. So as soon as I slipped up, my thought would be, I told you so, you're fat and useless, I knew you couldn't do it. So I might as well, ... 3 packets of biscuits later, feel bloated, yuck, totally sabotaged again. Was 2025 your year to lose 10 kilos or more? And did you? If you did, what did you change? For most of us, it's not so much about the food, although that is important, and we'll talk about that later, but it's not so much the food that has to change as how we think about ourselves and how we react to those thoughts with food. So for 2026, it's not really, can I lose weight? It's, will I lose weight? Am I prepared to follow through when it gets a bit uncomfortable? Will the returns on my energy and health be worth the FOMO of, I don't know, the chippies, the wine, the drinks, the chocolate, the cheese platters, all of that stuff? I'm not saying that you can't have these things. You can, but you have to stop eating like a 5-year-old and learn how to eat on purpose with healthy food that nourishes your body so that you can become the woman you want to become in 2026. As I said earlier in the week, my word for 2026 is energy. I have a huge year planned, so I need energy in abundance. And that energy can only come from one place, and that's the fuel or the food that I choose to put into my body. Because every cell of who I am, how I think, what I do, how much energy I have can only come from the food, and every cell is turning over, and every cell needs nourishment. So that over the year, as I make a whole new me, it's a me with abundant energy. I need that energy to get me out of bed in the morning. I need that energy so that I use my evenings for studying, not sitting in front of Netflix in a slump. So here are 5 things that you can think about now. I would love you to write them down to make sure that you do prioritize your health and your weight loss in 2026. And my number one thing would be learn how to monitor or control your thoughts. My inner 5-year-old, or my ex 5-year-old actually, got given Maltesers every time she fell over and grazed her knee. If she didn't cry and she was a good girl, she was rewarded with a bag of Maltesers. My 66-year-old needs to learn that reacting to a hard day with 3 bars of chocolate or a bottle of wine or a tub of ice cream is actually reverting back to that emotional child. Eating won't fix the problem. I used to eat when I was homesick, and I ended up, because I felt sorry for myself, I ended up overweight and homesick, which was far worse. You know, you're in a new country, You're trying to create a new life for yourself, and your self-esteem is through the floor because you're eating shit. What I actually needed to do was process my thoughts, not react to them with the quick dopamine hit that food would give me. Because the food, I might have felt better for a very short time, but it didn't make the homesickness go away. I was still homesick. So, what I needed to do was sit down and process my thoughts and stop playing the victim and take responsibility for the fact that I fell in love with Kenny and decided to move to the other side of the world away from my family. It was my decision, it was my choice. And then, based on that, make another decision. Am I going to stay or am I going to leave? Because staying here and being unhappy isn't an option. I either have to go home and be happy, or I have to choose to be happy and make a new life for myself. And I have, and New Zealand has been wonderful. But making that decision, I think that is emotional adulthood. That is not reacting to those thoughts and staying pushed down in that victim mentality so that you have to make yourself feel better with shopping or food or whatever the thing is, alcohol, whatever the thing is. This is a process and it takes time. I think it took me, well, there was years in the background, but it probably took me about 18 months to work through this process so that I was in control rather than the food being in control. And it's something that we teach at Outlook. If mindset is something that you know you need to work on, your relationship with food and your thoughts and food, then that is something we help you with. So that's number one, managing your mind around food. Number two is, are you going into the new year with unrealistic expectations? Are you under eating? Are you trying to cut out whole food groups, which is never a good thing? Are you trying to deny yourself all the foods that you love? Are you trying to be perfect? Are you in that all or nothing dieting mentality that I talked about earlier? So you do one more thing, wrong thing, and you go, what's the point? I might as well, dot, dot, dot. Are you trying to lose too much weight too quickly? Are your expectations totally unrealistic? Because all of these things will fight your female biology and cause you to, air quotes, fall off the wagon. So, number one, learning to manage your thoughts around food. Number two, nourish your body to evolve in the fantastic woman you want to be in 2026. Don't starve it to become smaller. We need you to be a bigger, healthier version of you, emotionally bigger, right? So don't fight your female biology, eat adequately. And again, that's something I can help you with. Are you over exercising? Have you kicked off the new year like a bull at a gate, saying you're going to spend 3 hours in the gym every day? You're doing classes. Are you doing too much cardio, too much high intensity work that increases your cortisol, makes you hungrier, stops you burning fat as a fuel? Are you not strength training? Are you not strength training? So many women don't strength train. Are you not stretching? Have you not got enough downtime? Your body reacts to the exercise in your recovery time, not when you're doing the exercise. Are you giving it that recovery time, or are you heading for burnout? Or are you at the other end of the spectrum where you're sitting on your butt on the couch doing nothing? And if that is the case, then you also need to plan, make a starting point, increase slowly. Number four, so that's one, managing your mind. Two, are you under eating? Three, are you over or under exercising? Because it's got to all be balanced. Number four, does your health and weight loss matter enough to you? Are your compelling reasons compelling enough? And Outlook, when you come into the program, we get you to set your compelling reasons. And it's interesting to see that those compelling reasons, they're not goals, They're why it really matters to you on a soul level to look after your health and this amazing body that we've been given. So we set those compelling reasons when you come into the program. And it's interesting that over time they often change. So you have to be open to change. One of my mentors, a New Zealander, Taki Moore, says that your why has to be stronger than your why bother. And that comes back to those compelling reasons. You have to want it badly enough so that when the newness of the new year or the new way that you're eating, the shininess rubs off, the newness and the shininess rubs off it a little bit. And you get in that messy middle where that's what Robin Sharma calls it, the messy middle where it's like you're in an ocean and you're being pushed around by the clients and your friends are trying to get you drinking again and your family want macaroni cheese every night and all of that stuff and you deserve a bottle of wine because you've worked so hard. All of that stuff, your why then has to be stronger. You need to be able to go back and look at it and go, no, that's right. That is why I'm doing this. And it will help you combat what we call ants, which are automatic negative thoughts, which we all have. We all have about 67,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are on repeat. That's why we have to learn that we are not our thoughts. We need to be able to sit outside and look at them and decide which ones we want to keep and which ones we want to let go, which ones are true, which ones aren't. So having those compelling reasons are really important to keep you evolving and moving forward and sticking to your health plan. Does your health plan, this is number 5, does your health plan include the 5 pillars? So does it include nutrition, movement, mindset, sleep? Because you can be doing everything else right, and if you're not getting enough sleep, you will not get the results. And stress, control, and looking after your hormones or lack of them if you're 66, right? It has to encompass all of those things. And sometimes you can't just do that with chat GPT. You can't just do that with weight loss injections. You can't do it with OptiSlim and shakes. You need to invest in a mentor who has been on that journey. Now, I used to be 30 kilos overweight. I used to be a bulimic. I used to be reactive with food every day of my life. I have lived those experiences. You need to invest in a mentor so that you can be accountable every week. So as every week the newness wears off and you start to go back into your old habits, you need someone to pull you back and inspire you, motivate you, teach you how to balance your nutrition, which I can't tell you how important that is, how to balance your exercise with your downtime, getting outside in nature, your hormones, and to help you overcome those automatic negative thoughts, which in the moment you think are true. And sometimes you just need a chat with somebody outside of yourself to go, no, that's ridiculous. Out of all of the 67,000 thoughts I have a day, why would I choose to believe those? Right? It can be quite confronting. So I regularly invest in programs for that reason. I invest in mentoring. I invest in online programs and education to keep me evolving so that I can become the woman I want to be in 2026. Consider this. Invest in your health. Like I was just talking to, she might be listening, a lady today, and I normally say, my program, it's a cup of coffee a day. It's nothing. She said to me, it's $6 a day. It's 2 donuts. I can do that. I can give up 2 donuts to come into the program and get the help that I need. It's not necessarily me. Find someone who is a good fit for you and who is on the same wavelength as you. That is so, so important. But if you are considering Outlook for Life, we have a Lose 10 Kilos in 12 Weeks program. It kicks off on the 2nd of February. It's a really high touch program. It's supportive. It is for midlife women. I'll pop the link below so that you can click it for more details. And, if you are a midlife woman who needs support with her nutrition, her exercise, her mindset, we have a wonderful community of women at Outlook for Life. Please come and join us. Have a fabulous Christmas day. If you're listening to this on the day I record it, it is Christmas Eve. Have an amazing day with family. Celebrate life with food, but don't eat till you're busting your pants open. And I will see you. I was going to say I'll see you in the new year, but that's not true. I will be here again on New Year's Eve. So I look forward to chatting to you then. In the meantime, if you need help or you have any questions about me or what we do at Outlook for Life, please just email me, message me, DM me, PM me, all of the M's, and I'm happy to talk to you. Have a great Christmas again, guys. And thank you for being part of Outlook and for listening to me.